go. It's time for the semifinals. The first match, Weibo Gaming versus Bilibili Gaming, as we are straight into the draft. The narratives this World Championships are phenomenal. It is BLG Weibo meeting up for the second straight semifinals here at Worlds. Last year, Weibo took them down. I believe it was a 3-2. 3-2. Yep. And they've replaced a couple of the players. Knight has joined the fray. The Shy has left, but the matchup still remains the same. It is the LPL champions BLG this time, though, against the once again 4-seeded Weibo Gaming. Again, the underdog run for Weibo continues to shine through, and for BLG, the expectations have not changed at all. They have dominated the LPL this year. They have dominated especially Weibo, as Yode is left up, but Aurora taken away. And it's going to be Zhao who on the strongest pick of the World Championships. As that's a bit of a mistake, but Bin going to be on his, now I guess, iconic Jax, or at least famous Jax. And Skarner locked in for Jun. And we're just starting with these very powerful picks. Obviously, Bin and Jun known for these champions after, I mean, several years for Bin, but Jun just this year pretty much becoming one of the best Skarners we've seen, and that's going to be light on the Kalista. We haven't seen this champ a ton, actually. Kalista not a very good match, or very good pairing, of course, but we haven't seen a ton of Kalista. She's really been banned away in these either early or late rotations, depending on the ADC, and with the lack of priority on most of the ADCs at the tournament, saving it for second rotation, it has been hard to come by these Kalistas. And Smolder going to be a bit of a flexible option here for Elk and Knight if they so choose. Just keeping Weibo guessing as to what BLG want to really run in this match. And this is all about just starting. Is it going to be Knights already? They're going to just call it. I'm not certain. I'm never certain with any of these, but could be. How the heck did Weibo get size like coin flips? It's always coin flips in playoffs. That's right. Cassante taken away. Doesn't matter that this is pre-rework Cassante. It's still broken as hell. Ziggs taken away from Elk now. And Gnar immediately banned away from Breathe, one of his best champions. Not surprising to see it taken away. It is surprising to see this lack of priority on top lane from Weibo. It is important to get Light and Crisp a good pairing, but usually we see at least one half of the bot lane taken later on in the draft. Kaisa taken away from Elk. They are really banking on this being Smolder mid. And if not, they just want to get rid of some really strong ADCs to move it there. This is going to be... could be an option. There's just a couple team-fighting ADCs they could go for here. If they want to put Elk on a hyper carry, but they're just going to put him on a normal ADC. It's Varus into this Kalista. No Ashe available does mean that you can't really go for that big counter, just ruining Kalista's day, so this will have to make do. Where are we going? This is triple ADC AD, that is the issue. We've seen Weibo actually run into this problem of triple AD, and it's just going to be really free for Tarzan to lock in this Poppy. Might be breed this Poppy, actually, if he wants it into the Jax. A little flexible. It all comes down to what Tarzan really wants to play into this. I don't think it's going to work in... I mean, it can work as a jungler. It's also very a mobile comp. But would not be surprised to see this into just the Jax, since that is the only dash on the team. And it will be the brand locked in for Tarzan. And that is an insta-lock Nico. That is insta-lock Nico support for On. Okay, let's go. We're balling. is going to be really good just setting up Varus to pretty much always hit his ultis and just rain down free damage. That is very important here, actually. Okay, they're trolling a little bit. They're doing a little bit of goofing around with the trades. But this is actually super good. This pick it gets AP on the team, which is something they desperately need after locking in double 80 carries and Jax in the top lane. It gets them a ton of utility. Okay, then the graphics apparently also were baited by their silly little swap that was traded back. But it was a lot of at relief, or a lot of the pressure that they put on themselves in this draft completely solved by the Nico. It's just going to be a matter of execution for the Curious Chameleon now, as they need to be able to kind of utilize all that engage potential and all that burst damage potential. I hate the French team. I hate French fans so much. They're obnoxious, man. No one cares about KC. They're not going to win diddly squat. Please stop talking about them. Leave me out. Buff Garen. No. There's so many. You know what? Screw it. Do it, Buff Garen. 600 damage. 600 damage ulti plus scaling. I don't know what I don't know what I feel about this Weibo Gaming comp. Just feels kind of disjointed, to say. It does just feel kind of odd. Like Brand, Yone, Poppy already feels like a really weird comp to pair with each other. Doesn't seem like it works super well. Then you mix in the Callista Renata, which wants to do its own thing. I guess it works the best with the Yone in this case. I just don't really feel the comp from Weibo here more than I feel it from Bilibili. Bilibili feels like they really got a good draft that they loved, that they were enjoying. Okay, that's weird. But they got a comp they really could synergize with. Comp that can really all of its, where each player can be super critical and execution is simple. Everyone can do their job without it being like, okay, we got to really figure out what's going on here, because they don't really have that concern. They are a pretty simple engage comp with a Varus and Smolder duo hyper carry, or duo carries here. On the other side, you have what feels like a good counter pick in the top lane, an AP option because you needed something, because you drafted Yone, Callista, and Poppy, which means you have a tank and 2 AD champions, so you needed an AP option. Why did you pick Brand? Again, Lilia. Actually, no, I really think we could see more Lilia. I don't know if players aren't practiced on it, because Lilia hasn't been relevant all year, really, until now. Or it's that and Zyra that are the two options, really, right now. And I don't love the Zyra option here. I think it's about as valuable as the Brand. I think maybe it provides more utility than the Brand. So that could have been a choice. Getting the Yone early and then the Callista Renata, and then you kind of had to draft the Poppy into the Jax because Gnar was gone. Gnar and Cassandra were gone, which means you had to take the Jax Poppy matchup. Oh yeah, client issues. Let's go. Well, remaking draft, so we got a little bit longer, eh? Of course, we got a little bit longer. It wouldn't be a Riot Run event without some issues, but fine. Chilling. I'm thinking. I mean, I am thinking BLG are taking this series, and these drafts are leading me to continue to believe that Weibo have drafted pretty consistently, have drafted underwhelmingly, and have had interesting drafts that are undone by execution or planning. It feels. But we saw them open the tournament with a really fun double ADC comp, and it fell apart because they didn't have any damage diversity, so Randuin's crippled the team. We've seen them struggle a hell of a lot. Honestly, the LNG series was their best looking. The best they've looked all tournament. I wasn't super convinced by the DK series. I definitely was not convinced by the Fnatic series. This is just a team that has not looked very good until last Saturday, where they got their series win. Or last, actually, it was Friday, I think. But the point still stands. This team, until very recently, has not looked super convincing in their wins, and have looked pretty bad in their losses. So it's pretty much the same thing as last year. A team that has been a big question mark all tournament all year, is underestimated, and hasn't looked super great throughout the tournament. They need to beat Bilibili Gaming, so they did it last year. Can they do it again? They don't have the Shy up there, but Breathe has been performing rather well. So, is there an excuse? I don't know. The team is honestly really good. Like, individually, this team is pretty good, to say the least. As a unit, sometimes some things are left to be desired, but the LNG series definitely was a big deal, to say the least. It was a big vibe check, and the vibe check was passed thoroughly. So we'll see what they can do. But also, BLG just took down Hanwha Life Esports, so they're also looking really good coming into this, and on paper are just the better team overall. They've dominated the LPL. They've dominated Weibo Gaming particularly well throughout this season, and that is the same narrative as last year, I guess. BLG pretty much beat everybody there was to beat besides JDG, and now they're up against a team they've beat so many times throughout the season that it's not really surprising, as we're indeed finally into game number 1, and the semifinals are underway. Oh, that's a lot of damage. On hits all 3 of the blooming bursts. Does nothing because they're going to heal it, but this is once again everything for these two teams. For only one of these players have they won the world championships. Only for like 3 of these players have they gone to grand finals. So, I mean, it would not only be a shot at your first championship for almost all of them, it would be a chance for your first finals. I get this invade to can't really invade anything, considering they don't have a jungler here, obviously. They're going to just see Yone stacking up his raptors, which means there is nothing in this in this early jungle. As Lane Swamp comes through, they're going to be chilling for a little bit. They're going to need to figure out how this niche is going to go down, because Weibo are going to be able to shred this turret pretty heavily. These platings can be very easily taken away. He's been already teleported to topside. Only level 1. Not the level you want to teleport in on. As Demolish is starting to proc here. Is he going to be able to deny the proxy? He has the E. But he is kind of just stuck here. Leap striking onto a board instead of just onto the wave. No. Crisp just checking the enemy jungle. They know that Jun has pathed downwards, obviously into his bot lane. They're going to need the cover here, as you can see Tarzan also pathing down into them. And it's such a slow siege for Bilibili Gaming because this bot turret has extra reinforcements. Now Breathe is pretty much fine here. There's no real threat. As been flashing for the wave. A bit of a dire situation. Level 3. But just... I know. Oh. Sorry, I reversed that. No. Weibo going to have a tough time because they are pretty much just playing to deny Bin anything. They have both summoners down from him, so... Working out. But the top plates... They wanted to get rid of lane swamps. The bot lane turret lost its reinforcements. Light, 2 turret shots, and Crisp taking one of his own. That means this play's over. As they're looking for the dive onto Breathe. As there's the flash E stun, and that is gonna not be first blood. Elk just surviving. Jun survives, and the turrets are winning the war right now of these 2 teams. As that's gonna be a plating going down. Are they gonna pick it up? Knight will be fine. Forced to flash though. And this is a lot of health bars going low all across the rift. That was a plate going down. I don't know if they picked it up. Xiaohu just gonna get bullied by this Smolder. Yeah, you can see the numbers down there. Has been good on Jax this world. Has generally been good on Jax for most of his career now. From the Sooning days to the, I guess, technically Weibo days now. Complicated. Teams are kind of weird. But from the underdog Sooning days to now has continued to just be really solid on the Jax. And he's looking to keep that train rolling. As it is back to normal lanes. And somehow no kills. Just somehow there are no kills in this game, which I don't believe is possible because of the way these two have played. There should have been like 4 all to the turret. As Knight has the 6, dodges away from Xiaohu's Q3 as well. And the squads have rotated up. They are getting these bot lanes up here for the Void Grubs. On dodges away from the Q3. Tarzan has started them. Jun gonna get stunned up. Tarzan's starting to have to peel back. As grabs 2. And Jun only gonna grab 1, so Weibo Gaming are going to grab that early grub advantage. BLG deny all 3, though. So they have some power. Crisp. It's caught out. Light. Gonna cleanse. And now Knight and Xiaohu are fighting, but it's gonna be Knight able to make it as Xiaohu has to take his soul unbound back. And still continuing to be passive. Or, well, alive, I guess is the better way to put it. They're continuing to narrowly stay alive. Jun gonna grab the Scuttle Crab as Bilibili Gaming are gonna start taking down this top plate. First top plate. Might be able to grab a second one. The turret reinforcements are down in the top side past 5 minutes. So they're going to continue to put this money on to Elk and on. That's pretty big here for Bilibili Gaming to be able to grab this money onto Elk. Gonna go to on only. They need to start resetting Elk for tempo. We're gonna continue to just see BLG start grabbing these small advantages. But there's Yahoo getting the lockdown onto Knight finally. And it's just gonna be another stack. 52 stacks for Mr. Knight right now. This is pretty good. Is this gold diff coming from? Topside? Really? That is no platings. Platings in the bot lane. That was on the Knight, though. You know, spot out this ward. Tarzan, I don't know if Tarzan spotted. I don't think they know, as there's the root coming through from Elk's ultimate, as it is another plate going down, has been teleporting up to the top side. Cover his turret, and Tarzan's still hovering here. Are they going to commit to a play? They can't use an aggressive he's an aggressive Kalista ulti. That's already gone. They're going to drop the plating. Drops plating, but they're going to go and rotate over to grab this Drake. I could not. Fate's call. I could not remember Kalista's ulti for the life of me right there. On is not level 6. I thought he might have been. On just going to cancel some resets. All he needs to do is just that. Gets one at least. Will allow Crisp to base. Light's still being forced to back off here as Elk starting to grab the start plate for himself at least as On is resetting. This should be gone actually as well. This should be first turret really early over to BLG, especially on their bot laner. That is huge. Continue raining down this gold advantage that they have been putting in this bot lane for so long. It is now 1,500 ahead in the bot lane at least combined. It is the Poppy swing back that gold a little bit, but it is a 1k gold lead pretty much exclusively localized entirely within their bot lane. Tarzan gonna start this. Starting Grubs too. And it will be 5 Grubs over to Weibo Gaming. There's not even a doubt about it. As the lane swap coming through for BLG now. No, there's no way. Breathe is already down there. They're going to send them bot lane, huh? On turns into a cannon. Okay, so they're gonna send Breathe and Light into the bot lane with Crisp. Gonna unswap. Elk is going to be perfectly okay to just sit in the top lane and get some more plates, get more money. Because he has been going. He's gonna be perfectly okay just picking up all this money. Light and Breathe will grab at least one plate in response. I think this turret's gone. I think Elk and On are going to once again remove this turret from the rift. They have the wave on their side. The Impale denies the fate sealed. Yahoo able to just walk away barely. The mom doesn't hit on the sweet spot, and that means that it's not enough. The turret falls in the bot lane, and that means the tier 3 or tier 2 under siege as Elk picks up another solo turret for himself, though. And tier 2 could be going over as 100 stacks now for Breathe. And the tier 2, or for Knight, and the tier 2 does fall indeed. So, Weibo have pretty much just taken all the pressure Elk has applied and just said, doesn't really matter, as it's a 1k gold lead in the top lane now. And that's going to matter a lot, because this isn't just some tank. This isn't some random tank. This is a bit of a carry for Bin. So being behind on that is pretty important. Knight will grab this solo plate. That is a lot of damage already. Has the opportunity and is definitely seizing it. Only a 300 gold lead, despite all this effort that that Bilibili have put into getting a lead for their ADC. It's a 300 gold lead overall. Are they going to be able to siege the whole turret? They won't be able to. It's a 4-man in this top lane for BLG. Nice dodges there from On. The clone continues to go forwards as there's the ulti onto Tarzan. That's so much damage, but Elk forced to cleanse away from the handshake, I believe that was. And getting Elk's cleanse, super important. He can't really play as forward as he would like to. And he is really susceptible to any champion now just hitting him over the head with some CC and putting him in an early grave. That is a lot of turret platings. Rift Herald started, and they're just going to be able to... They're just going to force back. Weibo just get really aggressive on that play with their positioning, knowing they can win any team fight. Elk has no cleanse. They win those fights. And it's going to be restarted by Bilibili here. They have Nico ulti as going to send forward Nico clone, TP in from Xiaohu, and it's going to be BLG backing off a second time. Second reset. We're just back to landing now. And Weibo are going to be perfectly fine to go back just laning. That means they aren't really threatened. They have advantages pretty much everywhere. It's a very small advantage off turret platings for Knight as Rift Herald started now. Jordan just going to take his chickens really quickly and make it over. It is a really fast siege, actually. Jun can't even get there, and he's going to get ejected on top of it. The smite goes through for Tarzan. And now, oh, wow. Bin has been beaten down these waves very efficiently. As his bot lane pushed in now, and this should be Drake going over to BLG, so it's something, at least, in response. It is the trade to get the second dragon on your side. So you have the Drake snacking you have the Drake snacking as an option now. While Weibo have no dragons at all, they're going to need to get 4 of the next 6 dragons. 5? 4 of the next 5. There's not 6. Sorry. Going to need to be a pretty strong follow-up here onto the Drakes, or they're going to need to get some really big advantage off of this Rift Herald, because that is about the only chance we have of actually seeing it pay off or be an equal trade. Is BLG getting Drake's ult pretty much means Rift Herald either meant nothing and you got 0 pressure with it, or they're in a pretty strong position overall. Just keep looking for it. There's a 600 gold advantage and 500 now for Weibo Gaming, which somehow, yeah, despite everything Bilibili have done to try and get a lead, it's not enough. It's not a big enough lead. It's not even a lead at all anymore. They're 400 gold ahead in this jungle, particularly, is the important part. Tier 1's going to fall, so they've gotten value already out of this Rift Herald. If they can put this pressure onto the Tier 2 now and just get at least a decent chunk out of it, I don't think they're able to kill it here. There's a lot of stacks. Rift Herald charges. The wave is gone, so there is no follow-up. Bin does grab this Tier 2 in response on the cross-map play. Breathe, gonna just jump onto him, but he doesn't really have any damage besides Sundered Sky. And that already procced. Ooh, and now with this turret going down, this should be a BLG back in the lead. About 400 to 500 gold. But that is still pretty valuable given the state of the game beforehand. They get 2 more turrets off the Rift. It is all the tier 1s down on the side of Weibo, and it's now a tier 2 on top of it. Bin's just going to continue to be a split-pushing monster. That is kind of Jax's specialty outside of violence. Outside of committing violence, Jax is really good splitting. There's been no kill. Somehow, these two teams do not want to goof it up. They don't want to mess it up. They know that at this phase of the game, First Blood is pretty meaningful, because it usually means you win a big team fight now. Tarzan, that's a lot of damage out of Tarzan here. What the hell? Execution for Elk. Ulti WQ. What are you gonna do about it, Crisp? And, well, First Blood not a part of some big team fight. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Because 18 minutes for that. And it's an execution. Just arrow to the back of the head of Crisp. Jeez. Like, you'd think it wasn't. But no. You would think it would be some big team fight kill. No. Baron spawns. And we have 1 kill on the board now. It's enough to push the Edge of Night into Elk's pocket. It is a 2,000 gold lead for just him at this point. That is kind of crazy. Weird First Blood. Happens to the best of us. But it's a 2... Oh, no, it's a 1 and 1,300 gold lead-ish for Bilibili Gaming. Now, off of that kill, again, it is Elk. He is the guy right now. You play around him. You are setting him up for now until this Smolder comes online. But Smolder's pretty close to coming online. We've seen some really fast Smolders, and Knight is going to be on the more average side of this. Baron is spawned. But it's going to be the Drake that is contested right now. BLG, if they grab this, it would be very, very good for their position in the game. Elk spotted. And that's going to be the arrow. Instantly, Mikhail's by Light there. Or by Crisp, sorry, not Light. Is that Fate Seal? Does he have ult? Or not ult. Does he have a QSS? I thought it was Light with the QSS. Because the poke is really strong. That is the advantage here. No, that is a QSS for him. I thought that was Mikhail's. Nope. This clone is just going to keep checking vision here. Scuttle Crab goes in favor of Jun. And now the mom does a lot of damage. Xiaohu chunked down. Could it be just these ADCs rotating back? Oh no, that was Arsen's. It was just a different vision spotting. Okay, sure. Why not? People are just going to keep shoving these waves back and forth, and it's not going to matter because BLG are just poking away at Weibo here, which means that they're going to win out in the end because look at Crisp's health bar now. They're trying to lock down Jun. That's a tank, though. Xiaohu can't really do anything. Teleport coming in from Breathe. He just answered the push from Bin. Now he's back, jumping in onto On. He's rooted. He's trying to helicopter. He's going to get Jun ejected from the play, but he's going so low. They're going to deny the Drake soul point. And now Xiaohu in there. Knight so low. Ulti going to hit onto Jun only. Bin in the backlines getting obliterated by Tarzan. And now Light is unleashed, shutting down. Shut down my Light. Oh, that's not good. Ulti, it's the cleanse by Elk. Is the burn going to be enough? On already taken out. It's a 3-4 for nothing in favor of Weibo Gaming. And that is the team fight. And how do they win that? It takes so long. That is a nearly 3-minute posture. And they're going to get the Drake. They're going to deny soul point. They're going to get the Baron on the back of it. And that is critical. They're getting poked to oblivion. And none of it's going to matter in the end. Because Weibo somehow navigate that team fight so perfectly. And it is BLG crumbling under the pressure. Where does On even ulti? He can't cast it. He has no mana. He has no mana for ulti, and the Zhao comes in, gets Elk to flash. And Elk, where does he turn? It's chaseable because On and Knight are so far away. And Light just going forwards has that bailout on him. And then there's no chance. Great route there, but Tarzan able to flash forwards. And being able to kill off Elk is crucial. The carry is down. And BLG just don't ever pull the trigger, and it's going to bite them in the end. Pulling the trigger is the one thing they have, and they never got to do it. Weibo just stood there and denied them the opportunity. Look at that. Look how much true damage Yone did, because why not? Build it into his kit. The poke comp not really working for BLG, as they're going to lock down Tarzan insta cleanse, as that's Crisp locked down now. Oof. I don't know how much that would have done. It would have been a lot. We're not going to find out as Crisp is pulled to safety by the Fate's call. Yahoo! Lockdown. Where's the Fate sealed? As QSS, but there's the drive denying it. But the Impale doesn't connect. Xiaohu is, yeah, he's gone. He's just going to fight or be forgotten. And what? The Pop Blossom just for good measure. That's so much, but Light chunked down here. He's not going to win this against Knight and Elk at the same time. No, the Talia moment doesn't happen. Jun misses the rock. But it is a 1 kill for nothing trade. You take those. Just everything that has happened for BLG here. They are trying to start clawing this one back. It's a 2,000 gold lead right now for Weibo, and it's still sitting at that. 260 stacks. It doesn't mean anything because it really just increases a little bit of damage. It's a very small amount of damage on the burn and the explosion on W. It is microscopic value for stacking this high at this point of the game. Minute and 5. Okay. Minute 5 for Drake here. BLG will try to pressure the Drake Soul once again. 3 items. We're getting to 3 items for light right now. That is the advantage of the Varus, is just enough to complete the next item. Has the the Muramana finished. Seeing pretty much everyone clearly, or everyone completing second item. Winter finished and evolved. Yeah, that's just 2 items everywhere, so we're chilling. It's almost 3.5 items right now for Elk. 3 items for Knight. Xiaohu doesn't have the... I don't know if he's going to finish Mercurial here. I actually don't know Mercurial's build path, if you can imagine. I know it has QSS, and that's about it. Tarzan spotted now. The wraparound identified as well. Teleport from Xiaohu is to right behind BLG. Just doesn't have the positioning advantage, though. Just able to get out before Fate Sealed comes in and does just that to BLG's hopes of winning this game. As Bin's going to lose his split push as well. He's going to be ejected. 4v4, breathe his teleport. And it's going to be just evening the Drakes. BLG have nothing. They get a single teleport out. That is it. As Fate Sealed. Xiaohu locked down. Is there enough damage? Yes, there is. The Impale means that... it's just not long enough. The Impale is just not enough. It is narrow for Xiaohu, but he's going to be able to escape with his life. Hero. And Xiaohu again going super deep. I don't know if Impale overrides Soul Unbound. I kind of want to see if it does, but we just didn't get it. The Impale was not quite long. Actually, we might have. Just check it, but that was pretty close. Ugh. This is kind of nutty. So Weibo somehow still controlling this game. It's not even that. It's still pretty close. BLG, this is not what we've seen for the... This is Baron started. Weibo spotted out. As BLG, they know. Breathe has the Poppycopter again. He's been spotted on his flank angle. And he's going to get a hand shaken. The Varus ulti not going to really matter. That's a lot of damage. Has been able to get out and jump to safety. The Baron is reset in the meantime. And Xiaohu jumping in onto On. Not going to really get anything. Breathe and Jun as the stun comes through and connects onto the Poppy. On is just starting to poke down Tarzan here as Xiaohu is getting wrapped around on by Bin. Bin doesn't Why deny it? But Elk is there to pick up the kill in the end. Bin has taken one. Crisp pulled into the fray. He's going to fall to double kill for Elk now. And this is BLG's fight if I've ever seen one. And it's going to be the Baron for Billy. It's going to be a miracle for Tarzan to steal this one. And he's not even going to do it. Oh, wait. Breathe is going to go for the eject. Ejection. Not in time. And that means Weibo have to give over the Baron. It's going to be an 800 gold lead to Bilibili Gaming. It is a game of inches right now. Oh my god. And it starts with... Is he not spotted? That ward just doesn't... Or do they not care? And then blocks the escape. And then this Q. This is lethality Varus. It's a lot of damage at this point. Great Impale. Then Crisp. Handshake doesn't really matter. So much damage coming out. Elk. That is the lethality Varus coming through. You have the consistent team fight damage from other people. Varus can just execute someone out back if need be. And it's not really lethality. It's more of opportunity. And now has these Soreldas. Tier 2, instantly gone. Just wiped out. These minions do so much damage. That's the Sorelda's Grudge. So the slow is going to be really nice. They did nerf the slow, too. What? On? He's going to lock down 2 with this, but is he going to be able to survive to tell the tale? He won't. Breathe. Still living. He's so closed it down. The burn not going to be able to do enough, and now BLG need to find a 4v5. The health bars are in their favor, but they need to go forward. They need to find kills. Crisp taken to half, taken even lower, honestly. He's forced to get Fates called to safety. And despite winning the trade and kills, they're going to lose this play as BLG are going to just obliterate the base, open it up, and it's a 2,000 gold lead for them now. And even with those kills, even with another kill going over, doesn't even matter. Drake Soul point now on the docket. It was not quite how BLG drew up this game. They did not draw up them getting a 2 Drake advantage and then losing it immediately. But it is how they are doing. As Breathe jumping in onto On, but On has that spell shield. The airborne not really going to matter as there's so much damage coming out. The Pop Blossom just misses Breathe. Perfect cleanse right there on the airborne. Actually, you can't cleanse that. Wait, hold on. Do you have a QSS2 Breathe? Because you can't cleanse airbornes because they're weird sometimes. But so much ooh, Crisp just gonna be able to survive. It's gonna be Drake's Soul point for BLG. Is there a follow-up fight here? Jean driving forwards, not gonna finish it. And the lockdown onto On. Is that going to be enough to turn this fight? He's going to go golden and buy some time. Breathe. Still looking for this. Nice impale. The bait is there. And Bin trying to 1v1 Tarzan. It's not really coming to fruition. He needs to run away. His Light's going to start chasing him down. And it's going to be the BLG top laner going. It's 2-0 right now. And Breathe. If he falls, it would be something in response. And Knight will grab that one with the Q. But now, onto the base. They want to open up this turret. And it will be Light taking down this tier 2. And pretty much every tier 2 down. It's just a single top tier 2 for BLG. And this gold lead has evaporated to only 800. Such a good play there for Weibo Gaming. They lose the Drake. Yes, but you get so much value off of that. On just gift wraps himself to you. As huge engage here. Even though it's only one member, it's so important to just disrupt Weibo's game plan. And then this ulti doesn't really pull them far enough. It's Xiaohu and Breathe. Xiaohu's slippery Breathe is so bulky, and Jun thinks about it and sees where Bin is, and Bin saying, no, don't do it. Just go. Go for the kill, and that's what matters. And bang. Knight gets it. But it is a lot of damage. Like, Weibo are clawing this one back. It's a 200. It's not even a gold advantage. It's even. As far as I'm concerned, it's dead even. It is all on the jungler, though. That is kind of the problem, is all of the gold is on the jungler. Or not the gold, but the gold diff is all on the jungler. Damn it. Yeah, Elk's doing a lot as Tarzan. And there's the gold diff. He is removed from the rift by Elk and Co. It's 3 kills for the ADC. Have they locked him down for long enough? They have. Xiaohu's going to be able to survive, but Knight is doing so much damage. Can they keep this going? Knight has found Crisp. Xiaohu finds one more, but he's locked down. Breathe. And it's going to be another one for Knight. It's a double. It's 2 for 3 in favor of Bilibili Gaming, and they will have the slightest of gold advantages now. And this is a scary Dragon Child, to say the least. Scary Dragon Child. Yone's doing a lot of damage, but this Knight is doing so much on this Smolder right now. It is insane. They're starting to pull this back, but it starts so well for BLG. So much damage, execution. But then Zhao, who's in deep, Elk's pathing right into Breathe, and Zhao, who's like the jaws. I'm losing it. Anyways, the jaws of Zhao, who and Breathe. So they're able to lock him down pretty easily. Breathe does indeed have to get sacrificed for Xiaohu and Light to survive. But 3 for 2 is super in favor of Bilibili as Weibo are starting up this Baron right now. This is potentially the end on. Just forced a flash out. That is crucial for getting rid of that engage tool. Getting rid of that engage option for Weibo Gaming. Or for BLG, sorry. As Bin is going to look to put some end pressure on here for Weibo. There's the stun. Jun ejected. Baron's going to go over, but that's going to be a question of do they get out with their lives here, as there's the impale. Jun bringing Light over the wall. That's not what he wanted to do, but it's going to be what happens, as he's going to stun him up anyways. Knight and Elk are so fed. 1 for Elk, 1 for Knight. And Bin has gotten an inhibitor in the meantime, so the Baron is already turning into a negative play for Weibo Gaming. They're going to need to pull this one back. Oh my goodness. That could have been disaster. They're going to go for end. They have the Baron, but it doesn't even matter. They have a very, very fed Smolder. They have a very fed Vars, and they have no damage on the side of Weibo that isn't burst. As Breathe just trying to stall the wave, but he's going to get turned into mulch. He's going to get turned into fertilizer as another wave is taken over this over the base of Weibo Gaming and BLG. They lose the Baron, they pile in. Maybe there's a last second team fight, but no. Bilibili Gaming take game 1 clean. And this is a back and forth battle that we're going somewhere. This is going places. Let's see what they can do. But it is BLG firmly in the lead after a strenuous game 1. To say the least, strenuous. Back and forth. These two teams did not want to give an inch. 18 minutes first blood turned into a 35-minute war of attrition. And it was just that BLG were able to win the fight and have a split and push on top of it. And that was Weibo's game. That was their best shot. I think that might be their best shot, not gonna lie. Like, this is already a tough match, and a team that has beat you into the dirt all year. I don't think you're gonna get many opportunities better than that one to get the job done. So we'll have to see if BLG can get it done in game number 2 and force match point, or will Weibo respond and guarantee us at least 4 games today. I'll see you for game number 2 between Weibo Gaming and Bilibili Gaming. And we're back. Game number 2 on the board as we're up to whatever. I got nothing. Weibo down 1-0 after a very slow-paced early game. These two teams playing really patient. I don't think we can expect. I mean, latest first blood of the tournament at nearly 19 minutes, and it was followed up by, I think, was it 16 or something minutes of just complete violence against one another, and it was great. Almost 20 minutes of just straight up team fighting. Of course, it was 20 minutes of straight up team fighting. Why wouldn't it be? But it was on the backs of Elk and Knight that BLG pulled out some narrow margins and finished the job. All the players played some part. Bin had some crucial plays. That TP, I can't even call it a flank because he was on vision. They pinged his teleport and they just didn't pay attention to it. They just ignored it. And that's not really an option to Jun's, I mean, several of Jun's engages that were critical to BLG busting out this win and Bin split push, which eventually cost that, which also was what won them that one, of course. Yone banned away. They have to. But it was Elk, it was Knight. The post game damage charts 44,000 for Elk, 48,000 for Knight in damage. So you can see the two carries coming through. Ash banned away once again, this time by Bilibili Gaming. It is all in Weibo's hands here. They need to figure out what they're going to do. It's going to be the Callista first pick. It's going to be Bin back on the Jax. Are they going to lock in this top lane earlier is the question now. It's just going to be the same thing for BLG. Ooh. They're going to get Tarzan his Maokai, though. And, okay, no. Another Renata. Run back. They just have a different jungler. I mean, that jungle was so... yeah, the brand didn't really... It was good for damage, but that was more of a forced pick than it was anything else. Ziggs going to be into this Callista. You want a lame... you want a lane dominant champion? Ziggs is that. Bro dominates the lane. He sits there and throws bombs and blows up stuff. All he needs to be. Could be top lanes. They're gonna get rid of the brand. Again, good for Huh? Wait, what? Why are they banning brand here? Yeah, wait, what? They have a jungle locked in. They don't... Brand isn't a mid laner in this situation. I don't know. Smolder taken away from Knight had a very strong game on it. Get most damage in the entire game, and by definition, most in the series right now. They still lock it in for top. You're not putting Maokai in the top lane. The thing's terrible. Not nearly as strong as it used to be. Gnar taken away. Passio locked away from Knight, put in the jail. I'm gonna go check that one. Could be the Rel saving that counter pick for mid lane. It will be saving that counter pick for mid lane. Good old okay. Plays. And Frost. Anyways. Lucian locked in for Xiaohu. It's going to be the Elise. Wait, hold on. It's Maokai top. They called it. Elise? And Syndra for Knight. This is a okay, the most recent game of Maokai top. It is 2023, the most recent Maokai top. I need to go look at Elise numbers. Hold on. What was our last Elise pick at the highest tier? I could just go look this up elsewhere. But I'm brain blasted. I am. Holy cow. That is kind of crazy. That is absolutely absurd. We're getting Maokai top lane, which that has to be. There's no way. Hold on. First Maokai top at Worlds since 2022. Apparently. There were a couple games of it I'm seeing. Apparently. Elise. The Elise buffs, if you remember when Elise became one of the best solo queue junglers, that was 14-19 and 14-20. We are on. This website loading like what? Oh my god, can you not do this today? Are you gonna be an ass? Okay. But those Elise buffs were the patch after this one. So yeah, not really the result that you're looking for, of course. Oh my god, that's crazy. I'm getting flashbanged. This is painful. As Finn jumping onto light, flash follow from Odd is huge. First blood goes tonight, and now Weibo's engage is not, or their invade is looking really bad right now. As the damage still there, and they're gonna jump in onto Xiaohu, force out the flash. Tarzan, this is not what you want, say the least. And Weibo tried to brute force an advantage for themselves, and they get shot down so hard. Just deleted from this play. And that is really bad for them. Obviously, you gave over first blood, but most importantly, you burned so much. Just removing light, gets his flash, and then just so much else burned because now Xiaohu is gonna have to flash out here, and this is just everything BLG wanted. Oh, okay, that doesn't count. But just huge for them, obviously. We haven't seen Elise since last July. The most recent Elise was WSL of Doish team playing it against West Point Esports in the PCS summer regular season. So there you go. As this dive is not really working, as Elk is down here for this play, forcing out the Elise. Repel on is going to survive. He's going to pick up the kill. It's going to be traded back by Chris, but there's so much potential damage for Bin. Elk out of mana when he had a TP, so it will be perfectly fine, but it's support kill for support kill. That is completely acceptable for Bilibili Gaming. And Weibo continue to swing for the fences and come up just short. They need to get this Elise ahead, and that is what this play is. Them trying to get this Elise in a position they can win, because that is what you need. How did you kill with that? That's crazy, but that is what you need on this champion because she is so early game oriented. It's kind of the reason no one's playing her. It's mostly that she's just relatively not strong, doesn't have insane clear. I mean, she used to be a staple jungler, but Doesn't have the clear of your Skarners, your Brands, your Zyras. Doesn't have as strong of a gank either. I mean, her stun doesn't even deal damage, which is a very outdated thing. It was even outdated back then because stuns did damage back then still. Whatever. Know what? Xiaohu, no flash. Good stun there. There's the scatter of the week. And there's the quaking from Jun and Bilibili are just brutalizing Weibo in this early game. 18-minute first blood. They said no more. We're going. We're gonna fight. We're gonna kill. As we already have 4 kills at 5 minutes. We're just destroying out. We're just blitzing past last game's pace. Breathe. Jumping in onto Bin here is he has the light. Flopping for grubs. Ugh. But just everything is going wrong right now. This is a very strong Syndra. 1-0-1 already. 500 gold ahead in 5 minutes. This is dangerous to put it lightly. And now Alkanon rotating up as well. Teleport out from Bin as he has it back up. Actually, he might have not popped it. No, he didn't. He was on that opening play. Either way, he would have had it. That's basically the moral of the story. He would have had it either way. As Handshake forces a flash out of Jun. It will be 1 grub for Weibo. Stun connects. Breathe. Nice. Punch to the ground. But Xiaohu doesn't have the damage onto Elk just yet. And now Breathe getting locked down. Knight has the ulti available. Force a flash over the wall. He's fighting the grubs right now. As there's the lockdown onto Bin. Light gonna find one. Xiaohu gonna find the other. And that is just perfect for Weibo Gaming. And they are just finding this fight later on. They're pulling it back. And they're looking for Elk right now. Or they're looking for Knight right now. It's Jun not going to get the drive onto Tarzan. Tarzan actually going to land the stun here. As now on has to body block. Nice dodge on the handshake. And Xiaohu has no mana. It's going to be a lot of damage. But Knight still just farming up these stacks. And Weibo are cruising in that team fight. Only 1 grub that they got, I believe. Yes, 1 grub. They got so much value out of it. As Knight can't really afford to hang around, but needs to. Weibo starting to be kind of... This is a really good position for them to be in, obviously. Is they instantly slam the gold lead shut. And they get gold onto this Callista, onto the Lucian. And at least, I mean, if you get enough assists, it basically does the same thing. Huge engage from Breathe right here, and it pretty much instantly ends this play for Bilibili, and it puts them on the defensive. Breathe surviving this is just brutal. And then Tarzan just hitting these. He's out of practice. I mean, there's no way Tarzan's played this recently, right? There's just no way. It will be the Drake still going over to BLG. Dread it, run from it. Does not matter. His last Elise game was last spring against Bilibili. Oddly enough. Crazy. As they're going to pull Elk. Elk can't recast the satchel charge. And the rend from Light is there. But Xiaohu is being bopped over the head by the lamp. And it's a 1-for-1 across the rift. And Weibo are still pulling this one back. Still in the control. Still in driver's seat position. On. They're starting to chunk them down a lot. A lot. Oh! If those connected, Light likely is dead in a 1-for-1, but it's not going to happen. Sad and crying, yeah. And Light is starting to become a bit strong. 3-1 already on this Ballista. Such a threat already. Okay, how the hell are they still doing this? Light just gonna chunk down this turret. Breathe can't really go forward. Those are really satisfying auto sounds if that is actually kind of nuts. But this is a huge advantage. 1,000 over to Light. This was the advantage we were seeing Elk try to grab last game. And Light already just grabbing it by the neck and just strangling it. Teleport wraparound onto Elk. He doesn't know. Breathe is here. Tarzan's here. Cocoon and the punch. And Elk falls to Breathe. And this is a just unwinnable situation for Elk right now. They do not want this Ziggs to become a problem in the future. And now they are thoroughly putting him behind. They should be able to hit this handshake pretty easily. He will. Is Berserk coming out. And that is really good on the hostile takeover. Buys so much time. Actually forces Knight to start beating up his teammate. And another plating force. Ooh, and TP force. That is really big. As there is so much advantage right now for Weibo Gaming. Breathe has just kind of been left alone to do whatever. Light is popping off this game. Really, they're only just struggling with Xiaohu. And it's just because Knight is a little bit struggling right now. I mean, it is a lot of the work being done by Light. This is teleport out from Knight here. They want to dive. As there are a lot of Weibo Gaming. There's a lot of BLG members here. Nature's Grasp comes out. There's the Impale. There's the Grandmaster at Arms. And that is just a very dead tree. They chomp him down. And this bot lane is getting beat to death as they should be at least 6 grubs going over to Weibo Gaming. It is something, just something. First turret also going over to Weibo has been trying to just beat this one with the lamp, and he will pick up that turret, will pick up that gold solo as well. It's still a 1k gold lead about for Weibo Gaming. Despite all that, there's a lot of damage coming out from Elk right now, though. Even without a full item, he is chunking Xiaohu pretty easily. Weibo do need to play smart still. They are ahead, but it's not a comfortable, it's not the lead where you can't really throw it kind of lead. This is you have it on one person, everywhere else, you are behind. Please don't int kind of lead. Like, you are ahead on your ADC. You play around Light. Do not run it down thinking you are ahead everywhere because you are not. You are 600 gold ahead as Light will continue to just stack up the money. Just pile it on. Breathe kind of inting there, but it's fine. Okay. As this should be the turret. Oh, there it is. And that's going to be so much money. As Weibo, we've seen this. So I've seen this before. Tell me if you've seen this before. Weibo trade their tier 1 with platings for a tier 2. Tell me if you've heard this one before. But it's going to be a tier 2 already gone as they're up 1,500 gold now. And it's going to be evening out this Drake advantage from BLG. So we're in a very different situation compared to game number 1, to say the least. Putting it simply, very different position. Found Bin. So you're going to keep going forwards because Breathe wins that 100% of the time. Even with Tarzan there, even with Tarzan, the collapse from BLG is not to be doubted. There is so much advantage on this bot lane. They are banking on this bot lane as On is just getting obliterated, just killed, straight up homicided. That did not work. Where is the game plan as Weibo are just kind of dominating the objectives? They've only given over first Drake in what was the Grub trade. This is pretty critical situation already. It's not a giant gold lead. It is a 1,300 gold lead, if even. But it is beginning to feel a little bit worrying, as eventually this Kalista is going to be untouchable. You have no point and click CC. This Kalista is going to be very dangerous and very hard to lock down. Everyone else is very easily killable, but only one of them making it a problem is enough of them making it an issue that it's a lot of work to get the job done. Where's the play for BLG? They need to lock down Light, and that's gonna be so difficult. He's just gonna be so protected. He has obviously his movement, he has lifesteal. He's going to have a bunch of damage to 1v1 you potentially, and then he's just gonna have so much peel. Crisp is gonna be peeling for him. Breathe is gonna be peeling. Xiaohu's just gonna kill you probably. It's just so dangerous to stare down this Kalista and try and win a fight against her. So what are you going to do about it? Already so fed. Your Kalista's 2K ahead. You're confident in this situation for good reason. There's not even anything to fight over, so they're just gonna keep putting this money on to double teleports out onto this Kalista as double TPs. Knight cancels the ulti, but that's a lot of damage already out. Knight doesn't really have that much yet. He has the Storm Surge, which means he's got to really hit a lot of spells to get his damage out. Since he didn't opt into that Luden's, doesn't really have a ton of burst yet. It will just be a teleport trade. No other summoners burned. It's not that big a deal. Though minute does mean those teleports are actually going to matter a lot. Rage Blade finish. Good luck locking down this Kalista. Nice damage, but only 64 stacks. Has that enhanced W now. Well, nice dodge by On. Totally intentional. Now it's time for Weibo to just start clearing out all this vision. Start denying entry into the rivers. Start denying them any intel. And just suffocate them out of this play. As we are seeing nothing out of the ordinary here. This is maybe the team doing it is the out of the ordinary part, but Weibo is going to remove any opportunity. Nice play there by Knight. Deny blue buff. Take the blue buff and say, no, this is my blue buff. And throw it away. This will be Weibo grabbing the Drake pretty convincingly. There's zero vision for BLG. There's no chance in hell they are contesting this. Look at that. Now it's stronger than Smite right now. Actually, no. Now 100 weaker than Smite. Sorry. as they have the upgraded smites available. That was an 1100 kill. Xiaohu doesn't even flinch on, doesn't connect anything. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Do you say so myself? Rift Herald down. They won't be able to kill this turret off. It'd be really tough, though, as Nature's Grasp comes out. Herald will still go down. No turret for Weibo. Bin not even close to being able to split harder. Where he is, he's all the way pushed back. So it's not gonna happen. Because last game, they split with Bin here and picked up so much value as light, forced to cleanse and flash away. That needs to be something they need to take advantage of. If BLG want to win this game and force match point, they need to punish this. They have 3 minutes and 5 minutes to potentially they have about 3-ish minutes to fully lock down this Callista. And 5 minutes to abuse her reduced mobility. Reduced mobility, quotation marks around that because it is still Callista. Like, 1,700 gold lead for Weibo Gaming right now. They are in a really comfortable spot. The Ziggs still has a lot of damage, but he is very behind right now. You are relying on this Syndra. About to hit the second of 2 upgrades with the 80 stack E upgrade coming through in a moment. I think that's right. Oh, on caught out here. That is a lot of damage. Elk still has good damage. Crisp going to tank this Mega Inferno Bomb. The lockdown is there. And there's Xiaohu removed. Jun picks up that one. What a great driving job by him into... yeah, okay, it is 120. But great driving job into that Impale to lead it to the Scatter of the Week. He puts him on the other side of the wall just to ensure that Knight picks that, like, perfectly played. To make sure that he's not escaping. So well played. And now BLG on to this tier 2. There's no chance that Weibo stopped this. It's likely gone already. Even with 0 grubs, that is completely gone. Yeah, there it is. Knight continues to get fed. He's going to grab that final, or that penultimate ability upgrade. He's going to have Scatter the Week available on that increased degreeage. And that's going to be a reset canceled as well. Jun has that ulti so frequently, it's kind of a problem. It's a bit of an issue now, isn't it? This is going poorly. Cool. Okay, doesn't go for it. He has a bounty on him? He's been farming for the past, like, eternity. There's no way he has a bounty at 0, 3, and 2. No way, right? So what is the angle that we're looking at right now? Because this is a now very tanky Skarner with that Randuin's. We're going to see Randuin's this game. Probably twice. As Double ADC just means you're going Randuin. You need it. Ballista, not really a crit required ADC though, so that does help a lot. And there's the ulti to just shove the wave out. Yep. Still going to work really well. Has 70 armor on it and a slowing field if you want to use it. They're going to go for the soul point. That's the question. Are BLG going to contest Drake? No. They're saying screw the Drake. Let's go push out top wave and mid to get this Baron threat. Weibo get soul point for free. As Jun flashing out. And now Weibo are going to start the Baron. There's no knight. He's just going to walk back. He did TP back to base. But they need to get in the pit right now as there's so much damage. There's the lockdown. And there's the Baron. But can they finish it off? Can they survive the fight? Tarzan solo light going into the bailout. And he's going to be able to reprog it, but he's going to die for it as Knight is doing so much damage right now. Breathe, trying to just buy as much space, as much time as he can. But these double AB carries are a bit of a problem right now as he only can do so much to survive. BLG are going to finish off a lot of these Baroned Up members. Breathe has the moves. Walk it away. Scatter the weak dodge. It's a matter of time, but holy cow, that was so important. And now teleport coming in from Xiaohu. It's going to be on. He has to save this play right here. There's the lockdown. There's the scatter the weak. And he's going to go 1-for-1. Elk gets rid of another Baron Up member. It is just Tarzan. Oh my goodness. How do BLG keep getting away with these team fights? Such a good crash down into the Magnet Storm. 2-man counter with the Flash E. And just light survives the bailout long enough. Picks up the kill. Jean going to trade that one back. And then the jump in. It is Weibo again winning this fight. It's Weibo getting the Baron, losing the fight. Breathe buys a lot of time. And this is important because Xiaohu's going to really take advantage of this. Just locking him down. And the Xiaohu teleport is a bold play. Is that... No, it's not Yaki. It looks like Yaki, but that's a bold play from Xiaohu does not pay off in the end. Like, uh-oh. Lockdown all the way out as they are just going to make sure Light is despawning here. Not going to bail out this time. Jun has to start being a little careful. Breathe is just going to get locked down by Bin here, though. That is a key issue. Jun is in the wall still. What is going on? But it's going to be 1-for-1. 2-for-1 now, as there's the lockdown onto Crisp, and it's a double for Knight. That is huge. Ulti upgrade now. Unleashed power is indeed unleashed. And Knight is done playing around with Weibo Gaming. It is tier 2 down in mid lane. BLG are tired of entertaining their idea of this happening. Jun going to be able to survive. Had the shield anyways, but didn't even need it. BLG still surviving these plays. Starts with Light. Caught out. No cleanse. He's getting destroyed. They want him gone. Bailout on just survives, actually. And that is pretty critical. This play is... What the heck? Okay, look at... Jun stuck in the wall. Continues to be stuck in the wall. They will get on down. But then Breathe is just locked down immediately. And then jump over the wall. Doesn't even matter. Executed. Gunned down in the streets of Detroit. Kind of play right there. That's a lot of true damage. Is that from Rend? Rend is true damage, right? Does it? I actually don't know. Actually, unaware of if that's true or not. I don't think it does. No, I have no clue. Jun is locked down. But you can see that Maokai getting the beat down from Knight right now. Knight at 112 stacks. Is he going to get that extra 15? Ooh. Weibo have this huge advantage in health bars right now. There's no real healing, as that's so much damage onto Crisp. Redemption will do enough. Tarzan going to get hit by the bouncing bomb. I don't know why Light did so much true damage. Is Drake going to reset? They haven't spotted out Jun. They're just going to spot him out now. Where is Bin? They don't know where Bin is. Have they spotted him? No. They need to be very careful. Tarzan on a wraparound here. But he's just waiting. Bin on the other side of the wall, unspotted. That is a huge Mega Inferno Bomb to start pressuring back Weibo's backliners. Crisp, low, hit in the face with a Rock Breathe. Getting 1v1 in the pit. On, gonna get that one with the Ignite. The hostile takeover, not gonna do nearly enough. The Flash of Pale finds no one. Light is getting locked down. But he's dancing around it all. He's gonna live. It's 2 for 3, though, in favor of BLG. They need to get Light right now. He's out of the bailout. The cleanse is there, but there's enough from Knight. And Crisp is all alone. He's in the bailout. And it's gonna be Bin picking up that one. And BLG are looking to end this game. Triple teleports in, and they have a Ziggs they can end right now if they want to. They have so much time on their side, and it takes another 30-minute game to do it. But Weibo, they lose their control, and on the back of another massive team fight, Weibo Gaming are going to be on the ropes. It is match point for Bilibili Gaming. Weibo, you had it all in your hands. Just, they didn't spot out the flank. They did not have the damage. In the end, they didn't have the health bars. And even with Light starting to pop off so hard, it's just not enough. Again, 2 games in a row where it is just not enough for Weibo Gaming to pull out the W. And now Bilibili Gaming 1 win away from their first World's Finals appearance from Knights. And I believe and a lot of people's actually. It would be Knight on, I think. Jeez. It would be Elks. Like, oh my goodness. It wouldn't be Bins though. Bin built different, but it would be a lot of people's first grand finals appearance alongside the organizations, and it would be revenge for last year. So will BLG end today early at a quick 3-0, or will Weibo finally execute on their early and mid-game advantages and send us to game number 4, because they need a reverse sweep if they want to once again upset the favorites to punch the unlikely ticket to the grand finals and await the winner of T1 Gen G. Will it be Weibo sending us to 4? Will it be BLG ending the day? I will see you for game number 3. And with a 2-0 lead, BLG have Weibo Gaming on the ropes. It's do or die time. They need to really pop off here, because there's no more room for error. And they have some good games. Weibo have been in both of these games. It's been playable, but they need to make it more than playable, because it doesn't matter how playable it's been. You need to win the game still. So, yeah. BLG have been pretty much beating you on all your own plans. You wanted pretty much every single game has been a bit of it's just been a problem. all around, I guess. Say nicely for Weibo is something's gone wrong. They've mis-executed somewhere, and you can't afford to have that. It's the freaking semifinals of the World Championships, and when you're in the semis of Worlds, you're up against the best. There is no room. There are no. We were closest. Yes, you're the 4 seed, but you're in the semis. You got to do something. Gonna be the Yone again for Zhao, who had a solid game 1 on it. Just again, Weibo didn't really execute in the end game. As they are 12-1, by the way. BLG 12-1 against Weibo Gaming this year. That singular game was not even a playoff game. It was a regular season one. They have lost the last 9 games against this team consecutively. Maybe the Skarner again? Why do they keep giving this over? They're going to grab the Gnar first rotation this. Oh. No, they're not going to grab the Gnar yet. They're going to grab Light, his Ezreal, as they've taken the Callisto away from themselves pretty much. And the Maokai was good last game. If they do want to put this back in the top lane, it did work out really well. And we're just going to see Knight run back the Smolder. Ooh, Kaisa locked in for Elkir, actually. They want to grab that early. Okay. Gnar taken away. They just want to make sure, even if they think this is Tar or Breathed Maokai coming back out, they just want to make sure there's nothing left on the table for him if that isn't the case. Just getting rid of that Gnar is super important. Ahri taken away from Knight, it's his best champion by a mile in terms of win rate and total win. His career, it is his most famous champion, of course. A mythical status of something like Faker's everything. But Faker's Rise or Caps's, I don't know. Caps definitely has one. I don't know. But at this point, Brand taken away from Tarzan. Again, covering their bases in case this is a pivot to the top side or to the jungle. They're ready for both situations. Regardless. This is Akali locked into the Yone. Okay. Now, again, it's only worked for one person, and it only worked 50% of the time for them. Maple is the one I'm, of course, referencing. Maple got it to work once. It was against Frescowy, and it never worked again for him. He busted out 2 other Yone counters. Neither of them worked out. And with the Smolder taken away, you got to take what you can, though. Knight is going to have to maneuver his way around a still favorable matchup, but one that's really skill-based. And based on you getting early advantage, Rumble going to be locked in for that AP option in the top lane. It's going to be the Maokai jungle this time. Wait, is this Maokai support? This could be Maokai support. I forgot about that option. I'm just so used to them slamming Kalista Renata 2-3 or 1-2. And double tank would actually be a really good option. And it will be Sejuani in the jungle here. This is going to be the Maokai for Crisp. They want to just get everyone but Tarzan on it, pretty much, is the answer. They want everyone but Tarzan to play the Maokai this series. That'd be fire. It is an on kind of pick, but this is another very common pick for on. He's going to have the Alistar locked in. It was that. I really would love to see the Blitz. I don't think we've seen Blitz this tournament. It really sucks because every support has their Blitz crank, man. Every support has a Blitz crank, and I want to see one of them. Just, no, it is a really good comp from Bilibili Gaming once again. This could work out really well, is the thing. For BLG, or for Weibo, they have a really solid comp here. Maokai Sedge, usually you don't see them on the same team after the fiasco that was these two just trading back and forth with each other. Hi. These two just trading back and forth repeatedly when they were both the best junglers in the world, and they still are pretty up there, but not quite the same anymore. The fact you can get them on the same team, they synergize really well. You lock down one target, you could throw the frozen flail at them, you could set up for, oh my god, it is so freaking bright, but you could set up for a rumble ulti. You can really turn this into a problem. Like, the amount of setup Weibo have this game, Yone ult, Maokai and Sejuani ultis, like, they have so much. I mean, Maokai engaged us in general. They have so much setup this game to try and finish the job here that it is awesome. Like, it's really, I can really see it happening on the side of Weibo, but it is still Bilibili Gaming, one win away from grand finals. Can they finally get over the hump? One win away last year. And let's see. Yeah, last year this went to 5, and it was Weibo coming out on top. Since that series, Weibo have won 1 game against Bilibili. They have won 0 games in best of 5s. They were 6-0'd in the summer playoffs. They've only taken 1 win in currently 4 of their 5 meetings. Summer group stage, summer round robin was the only win they had. It was a 2-1 loss. Still, as we have a lane swap coming in from both sides. What? Wait, hold on. This is not normal. I don't think I've ever seen we haven't seen a double swap in a while, to put it simply. Crispy's gonna be really strong here. Don't know what he started. Okay, he started sapling, so his pressure is gonna be really high. Both sides going to invade each other. There is a ward on Jun here, so that is a huge advantage for the side of Weibo Gaming. They know exactly where Jun's going to go for pretty much the rest of this game. Aussie rules lanes. I'm stealing that. That's mine now. I'm yoinking that away from. Gonna yoink that one. The thumbs up is thrown. Still level 1 Alistar still. They're going to grab level 2 right there, so is going to make this gank a lot harder to do, as On has either the eject or counter engage, whichever he wants to use it on. He can eject it, he can use it as regular engage, counter engage, insec. Jun is going to go for a dive here. It is breathe with no shield so far. Nice dodge away by Knight. Is still going to get hit by Q, as jumping in onto breathe, and he's going to try and flash away. It's 1-for-1 though. And breathe will be perfectly fine to take that. It's going to be TP's back. Breathe will be chilling, as we say. And drop plates. Ooh. This starts really bad. Bin's just not far enough. He probably could have backed off after that first auto attack. Jun had so much damage. Or just let Jun go first. His first auto attack is a bit of a yikes there. But it is still advantage over to Bin in that particular play. But overall, it will be Breathe pretty chilling here. Actually, no, because Breathe still got the kill, so never mind. Bin did not get the kill. That's right. If Bin got the kill, we could argue that it was better, but didn't get the kill. As it's pushing away from him, as there's the jump in from Crisp onto On. A lot of damage. The punch not going to connect, and neither is the mystic shot. Barely not going to connect that one. And this turret is in a bit of danger. Turret's not going to be enough to save this. Knight's not taking that one. Jun and Tarzan are staring at each other. Trying to waste as much of Tarzan's time as he can. Breathe has rotated up, though. Waiting for this Drake to spawn. I don't think either side are going to go instantly on it. It's just not really an option. As oh, light is teleport. Ugh. Oh, BLG have only played on red side. Usually, I think the only other team who's consistently picked red side was FlyQuest, and they're eliminated. Not because they picked red side. That's just like two individual sentences. It's not like their red side tendencies got them. No, the red side tendencies got them here. So it gave them a lot of counter pick and control when it came to the surprise factor of their drafts, which is something they rely. Knight queued the wrong way. We drop cannon. They're not gonna hit the turbo shock rocket though, or the whammo torpedoes. There are only whammo torpedoes on this skin. Knight rotating up could be really big. That's the engage onto Crisp. Isn't gonna take the shuriken flip back though. Instead, is gonna go on to the grubs here. As this will be the first time BLG are going to lead in grubs this entire series. They've been behind the whole time, as now they have the 2 secured, and that's going to be the jump in onto Xiaohu. Xiaohu has Fate Sealed still. Jun going to get stunned up by the Permafrost. Is level 5, most importantly. Gets all 3 grubs as the Fate Sealed flashed away from Crisp is in deep, and he's going to meet the waiting arms of Bin on the other side of the wall as Knight is in way deep, able to dodge away from the Arctic Assault. Breathe has ulti. Gonna go for it. BLG have already disengaged entirely, as it is completely a wash for Weibo Gaming. They get nothing out of that play. They lose a life. They lose the grubs. This is just BLG controlling this game. How the hell did how did Knight Jun get away with that? Like, just getting away with highway robbery. This could be. Elk should be able to get out here. Just gonna tank up that little bit of damage. Crisp has no flash right now. Knight not hit. Gonna get popped there by the Permafrost. Doesn't have the damage, though, to finish him off yet. The jump in onto Light. Good buffer. What happened there? That looks weird. Not the buffer. I meant On looked like he moved backwards, but he got punched. That's why I know. In. Gonna go forwards. Xiaohu, no ulti available. And so now he is gonna have to flash if he wants to survive. And even with the flash, he dodges the impale, but it's because he's dead on the ground. Bin gets his second kill of the game. The flash is completely removed. Now, Jun driving into Crisp. Gonna get dodged away from. Doesn't have the impale. Doesn't need it. Crisp has no flash right now. And Crisp is gone. Bin's on a killing spree. 4 takedowns and 4 kills for Bilibili Gaming, as this turret is going to get the smackdown. Jun is getting the smackdown at the moment. He will be given over as a cost for BLG to get out with their lives. Still huge plays, even with the kill going over. Absolutely massive plays for Bilibili Gaming. They are just completely denying the opportunity for Weibo to play this early game. No chance in hell Weibo are playing this. 600 in the lead right now. for BLG on the back of this jungle. Gigantic jungle canyon right now. 4 takedowns to none, including the first blood. Just, they keep punishing these flashless players. It was crisp before. It's crisp now. Before it was crisp. The play before that, it was not crisp, but still. Look, Xiaohu, great ulti here. Just needs to finish something. They need to get something back to make this play at least somewhat salvageable, and grabbing that kill is pretty much exactly what you were asking for in that case. As we have 0% ADCs in the bot lane the whole entire game. The bot laners did not lane in bot lane. I believe we'll probably end up with one at some point, but during laning phase, we're 0% for 0%. I'm just going to tank that. Tarzan going for these 3 grubs in the top side. They'll trade first Drake for it. It's a late first dragon, but we've seen some good plays around the Drake. We've also seen the Drake not really matter in terms of teams wanting it. BLG didn't even try to grab any dragons for the longest time. Instead, just going for Baron or just killing the opponent. It will be a 3-3 grub split. It will be a 1-0 Drake advantage to the side of Bilibili Gaming right now. It is an 800 gold lead. And pretty hefty advantages in the bottom 2 lanes. A 10 CS advantage for Light right now, and a Waves advantage for Xiaohu is pretty crucial. On is in a bit of a pickle here. Nice jukes. Nice jukes keeps him alive for now. Oof. Oh, Bin running away from Xiaohu here. Gonna get locked down with the Q3. Throws a rock. That's a lot of damage. But Bin gets chunked for a lot of his health bar already. Oh, Tarzan in deep, but BLG not gonna pull the trigger onto a full commit Sejuani. Look at that goal. Jun is very, very rich. Yahoo should be able to just get out. Even dodges the rock. Okay. They're trying to get Jiahu and Light ahead at least. If they aren't going to be able to get Breathe ahead, they'll get someone. As Knight is wrapping around onto Breathe here. What? How? Oh. Not going to get the play. How did he even get in that position? The heck? How? I'm very confused as to how Knight got where he is in this game. Literally, in that case. Just walking behind. He didn't even teleport. You just walked there. Okay. Sure. The gold lead has completely closed on the other end. It's a 200. It's a 100 gold lead right now. It's probably around 200-ish. Closer. Xiaohu going to be able to pick up this plating here. No way. Okay, it does go. No way that didn't go down. Did get the base out of Bin, so should be able to grab it anyways, regardless of however the hell it's alive right now. Bin is really struggling into Xiaohu here, as he's going to block his escape. Flash for flash. And that... Ooh. They wanted the elk fly in to pick up that kill. Flash for flash, no face seal. That could have been devastating. Flash just a little late. I think he was still locked down from... Yeah, he was still locked down from the Fate Sealed, so he couldn't do anything, sadly. Breathe. Hit with the Shuriken Flip. They're not going to go for it. It's time for the Rift Herald, as Breathe is teleporting up. Or no, Zhao is. And Rift Herald falls. They're not even going to contest it. It is all Weibo Gaming in this game 3. Because they haven't spotted out Bin. I just try and just clear this wave out as fast as he can. There's the anti-dive equalizer. They're just going to go for it. On is tanking it up. So that means that everyone's going to be able to get out with their lives. It is Knight picking up his first kill of the game on this big dive in the bot lane. Thought he was safe. Thought he was safe from that first attack. But not quite the case. Xiaohu is going to come and cover this wave. So Bin not going to be able to grab this turret just yet. If he had some more Void Grubs, maybe he would have, but doesn't have them. So he is just going to have to sit and watch. Light just gets shot in the face. Okay. Angles. It's barely a gold lead right now for BLG. Herald's going down right now. Okay, hold on. I think he'll be able to finish this as Knight doesn't grab that top tier 1. Does eventually end up grabbing it now. 2v1. Breathe is overheating. He has no more damage. Does he have the flame spitter damage? He does not. Knight will get the kill, and he's teleporting into the mid lane. Oh, he's teleporting to the base. Nice one. Not going to get traded back. True Shot Barrage doesn't even connect. It will be with that showing a Drake guaranteed for Weibo here. But now, down 1,000 gold. It's a significant lead, really, for the first time this game for Bilibili. We're just gonna stare at Bin as Bin is wait, hold on. This is way playable. They get Tarzan over the wall. This is a huge play. If he could pay off. 2-man impale. Are you kidding? Fate Seal comes over the wall. Xiaohu, does he have the damage to carry this game? He does get the recast, but it's not going to be enough as he's falling anyways. And now the equalizer is massive. The damage is there for Weibo. Knight had to disengage. It was all on him to salvage it. And Weibo go 3 for 1. Huge play there. It looks so good for BLG after they got the very interesting insect. But trapping them in the pit means that there is no need to fear anyone. Weibo Gaming execute their play to perfection. They're looking for Knight here. Jun is getting a little bit cooked up there. And it's a 1k gold lead now as the turrets fall. The standing gold is being collected by Weibo Gaming. And on. That's a nice play. And then huge play, but nothing connects. Chris punches away Bin. They need to disengage from this now. Tarzan survives on 1. Are you kidding? Everything. You serious? That's crazy. Tarzan lives on 1 health from Elk's missiles. And look at the damage from this Ezreal. 4k last fight. My guy was putting on a clinic on how to play League of Legends. As a Knight just going to go for the turret. And now Xiaohu locked down. Does he have the damage? No, forced to flash away. Gets the impale at least. That is a flash that matters. It's a 600 gold advantage now as that standing gold went down on the side of Bilibili Gaming. And this is, I mean, there's a lot of carry potential on the side of BLG. Weibo also have that, but I'm only seeing it from this Ezreal, from Light. He is having a game. Elk has not shown carry potential this game. He's shown it this series, but this game, it's been and it is night. On the other side, it is all light. Xiaohu and Breathe have had some plays, but there's one guy who is the megastar this game, this series, really. And they're gonna really have to rely on this Ezreal for quite some time until this Yone can really pick the pace up. Done. Gonna grab red buff. Oh, okay. Baron spawned. Are they calling? Weibo. Okay. An 800 gold advantage, but I don't really care because what matters here is who throws. Because these series of team fights that we've seen in these post 20-something minute game, in the post 20-something minutes phase of the game, so kind of mid game still, but closer to late game. What we've seen is as we get closer and closer to late game, Weibo can't fight. BLG have been just so dominant in these late game objective fights, not even objective fights, just regular team fights, that Weibo have kind of just struggled to survive in them. And we need to see something from them here. As they've lost. And BLG have sacrificed objectives just in exchange for winning. Like, off of two consecutive Baron fights, they've ended the game. Or, well, 2 consecutive objective fights. One of them was a Drake fight. They lost the Baron in game 1. Or lost Baron number 2 in game number 1. And they ended up winning off of that fight that they followed up with because Bin had a great split push going. Game 2, they got the Drake. And then they just teleport mid and kill. They don't even get the Drake, actually. Drake never happens, but they kill. And this should be third Drake. Drive-by, not going to connect. And now going in onto Tarzan. We've seen this story before somewhere else. As Crisp going way into the pit. The equalizer goes down. Xiaohu's ult. He connects, but Tarzan already low. And Tarzan will fall. It's light versus night, and night is going to be crowned. As he takes down light, it is a 2 and now 3 for nothing as Breathe falls to Elk. And Crisp will be able to walk away, but it is still 3 for 0. It's a disaster. Uh-oh. Oh? Ooh. Nope. The Q does so much damage at this phase of the game. 4-0 and 1. He's critically striking you. And BLG, they lose the objective once again. They win the follow-up fight, and it is not even a question of it. Are they getting the Baron? It's just a matter of how quickly are they going to get it. And we are on the verge of the end here. It is almost time. It feels like an inevitability. 3,000 gold ahead for BLG. And they are dominating team fights once again. They don't get the smite, but they get to pile in. Crisp jumps in. They pile in. Elk isn't taking equalizer damage right now. They try to, but he's able to flash out to safety over the wall. And then the damage is just enough. Breathe isn't doing nearly anything to these double tanks and Bruiser. Knight is just surviving. He's just playing on a different level right now. This guy is the carry in game number 3, and it looks beautiful. He is just world class, and this is why this is why Knight was the big pickup to push this BLG team over the limit. As Xiaohu ulties, but it's not going to be enough to get him away. He has to flash again. Another game where another play where he just has to flash away and accept that he is kind of just losing these plays. BLG aren't really able to press much advantage here. They're going to eventually grab this turret. Weibo have done really well at defending this. But there's a huge engage for On. He's going to find 3, but there's no follow-up. On is just eating so much damage, but he's going to get sacked for nothing. The turret did not fall fast enough to really follow that play. And Arzan saves the play entirely. Bin. Yahoo. No ulti available. And Knight's wrapping around. And there's Knight 5-0. And Weibo have found a play they like, but there's a 2-man engage. It's a double now for Knight. They're going to get Elk, but is it going to be enough? Bin is teleported in. It's a triple for Knight, and Bin makes it 5 members of Weibo down. They are just crushing them under their heel. It is unstoppable. Bilibili Gaming are cruising through Weibo here, and they are looking to make it 9-0 in best of 5s against the LPL 4 seed this year. They have just dominated them in every fight in this late game. They're going to get the inhib. They're going to get this tier 2 in the bot lane. They are going to make it a 7,000 gold lead for the LPL champions. 7-0-3 on this Akali for Knight. 3 items with a 10-stack Medjais. This guy is carrying in both Yone counter games. Xiaohu just has no ult, no flash constantly. He's getting bullied this game. And then flying in on the wraparound. Knight comes in clutch to finish the play. They get the stun. Huge engage from Jun. Instantly flying into the backline. Executing Light. He's going to execute Crisp. He has so much damage at this point. It's not even fair. This Akali is such a problem. And look at the smiles on the face. Yes, smiles on the faces of the BLG players. They are getting excited. They know that they are just a very simply executed fight away from grand finals. They are one team fight win away from finishing the job, and that's a 3-man impale, but there's no follow-up. So maybe this is the chance for Weibo to pull it back, but Crisp is gone. Jun is taken down. It's 1 for Bin, 1 for Knight, and it's 2v5, 2v4. Elk finds one more Bin, and it's a double for Elk. It's a double for Bin, and BLG, they were denied last year, but they have been taking it out on Weibo all season long. They will sweep Weibo aside. Go 13-1 against them this year. And BLG, for the first time, are going to grand finals at Worlds. Oh my goodness, BLG. They make it look easy in these late games. And they're pointing. They weren't pointing at the trophy. They were pointing at where to stand. Because they take a bow after dominating Game 3's late game once again. And it is BLG finally going to play for the Summoners Cup. It's been a 3-year journey for this roster. They made, 4 years ago, they made their first Worlds. Was it? Oh, no, it's not 4 years ago. Dang. When was that? Was JDG's start. That's right. Oh, my God. When did BLG? Was it 2021? They actually made it. Am I dumb? No, 2022. Fine. 2 years ago. Jeez. Where the? There's no way this was their second Worlds. There's no way this is their second World Championship. I swear I remember them making it before, right? I'm not going mad. Where's the final battle for Weibo? I do want to get that. This is their second World Championship? There's no way. 1 year ago they started this journey, and now they've made it as they've overcome the other hurdle, the one hurdle that has stumped them before. They snuffed them out last year, and they don't let it happen again. No, they took their bow. I feel bad for missing it, but Weibo, take one final bow. The run back does not happen. The run back isn't real. Knight was the missing piece, and it shows in this final game. 8 kills for this Akali, counters the Yone twice and gets it done in both games, leads the game in damage, and 2 crucial wins for Bilibili. And now they end the day early and they send themselves to finals. They await T1 or Gen G, the LPL champions, for the first time. Ooh, that's a toughie. It's been a while, to say the least, since we've had the LPL champs in grand finals. Like, that one I could check pretty quickly. Definitely not that one. Was it 21 EDG? Yeah. 2021 EDG. The last LPL champion to make it to the World's Finals, and they won it all. That was the year EDG came back and broke their own curse to win it all. I mean, the LPL champions have a track record in grand finals consistently. I mean, it's the last 3 now, because the last one to fail was EDG didn't even make the final. When was what was it? RNGs back in season 3? Yeah, Royal Club back in season 3. The last time the 1 seed from China did not win the grand finals they made. They are 2-1. FPX and EDG have won both of theirs. Will Bilibili make it 3 in a row? 3 in a row for the LPL 1 seed in grand finals, or will they join Royal Club in the losers pile there? But that is a future problem for us to solve as we get done for today. We have one more semifinal match, as obviously that is how semifinals work. But it is T1 versus Gen G, the 2 seed from the LCK, the 4-time running LCK champions, finally getting knocked down. Gen G versus the best to ever do it, the reigning world champions, who have struggled mightily this year, the 4th seed T1. That is a tomorrow problem for us to solve. But for today, that is it. This has been the kimchicast. I've been Box Kimchi to bring you another Worlds match, and it was a good one. So we'll see who awaits Bilibili Gaming at the end of the road. The final BO5 of the year now is, we're already halfway to the final best of 5, but we got to see who's going to face off against them. So I will see you tomorrow, as we are so close to wrapping up the World Championships.